We've got my pick this week, which was the 1953 film House of Wax. Not the first Wax movie, and definitely not the last. This is the movie of insurance fraud. Wax house gets burnt down. The guy that set it up lives and seeks revenge on the people that fucking, fucked him over to make a new wax house of their dead bodies, and hilarity ensues.
Fun fact. Vincent Price, the guy who plays Professor Jared, is the narrator from Michael Jackson's Thriller.
Oh.
That's like an okay-ish fun fact.
It's okay. I thought that one was really cool, Tanner.
Yeah, I'll kick us off. I'm at a C minus.
Okay. I want to go last. I want to hear it.
Okay. I am at a B minus.
Oh.
Okay. This is for House of Wax, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't paying super close attention. Alright, this one, honestly, I liked it quite a bit. I'm giving it a B+.
Oh. Huh. I'm at a D+.
Wow.
We are
That's
all over
crazy.
the fucking map with these movies this week.
Very true.
Yeah, this week, it's a crazy... I can't wait for it to get to the next one. I have a funny feeling it's going to be a similar situation.
I'm sorry, it's just... Oh, go ahead.
I have a classic mantra of old bad, new good, but I gotta say, this movie actually kept me surprisingly engaged. It was not a terrible old-ass film, They actually seemed to do a pretty dang old good job of making me pretty interested in this one. Just like from the very opening scene, we immediately get all this intriguing drama between like the wax house guy and his business partner, where it's like, fuck you, I hate your art, and then he just fucking burns it all to the ground. He doesn't give a fuck. He just wants that motherfucking bag. And our guy gets horrifically deformed, and thus hilarity ensues from there. And it just really gripped me.
Yeah, I can't say I share that sentiment. And I'll leave it there. Tanner wanted to say something.
The performances particularly were rather strong. I really liked our main character, evil bad guy here. Unfortunately, it did kind of fall a bit flat once we got to the big final fight, and it's just he's just fighting some police officers and falls in the big vat of wax that we've seen throughout the film. That I didn't really care for all that much. It was a whatever set piece, but up until then, I thought he was a pretty solid villain.
Alas, that is the culmination of old movie action.
Yeah, I'm right there with Nico. I had fun. I had way more fun than I was expecting with this one, and to do a slight comparison against the House of Wax we've already seen, if nothing else, the plot is dramatically more interesting in this one. There are quite a decent number of twists and turns in this one that I think keep it pretty interesting, and just a couple of memorable moments here and there. The big fire scene, him chasing the girl, the big fight. One scene in particular that stands out to me is when the girl, punches him in the face and then breaks his wax face open. That was pretty
that scene was
funny.
really well done.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw this film as kind of like a neat curiosity that I really enjoyed.
I disagree with the wax face thing, but that is to each their own, I suppose.
I agree. I like the opening scene of it, but I just really wasn't crazy about a whole lot else that happened, to be completely honest. I think the things I really liked about this movie was, one, the presentation. I think it looks good, especially for the time. Those shots of the fucking streets are very cool. I think the actual waxwork itself was fun. I feel like people do a good job with the performances. It's a well-made movie for the time. It is certainly a product of its time, though, which is of course my big downside. It's also just a formula that we've seen before, so most of the mystery of it was kind of solved almost immediately, because I've just basically seen this happen at points. So there really wasn't any suspense with me. I kind of just knew what was happening the entire time, unfortunately, so I was just waiting for it to see how it would resolve it, and it resolved it in old movie ways, which I'm not crazy about, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It ended up just being kind of fine to me. I liked it more than I anticipated. I thought it was going to be kind of bad, but it was more kind of whatever for me.
Yeah, I mean, it's an older movie, so and it's definitely a plot that's been done to death. Anyone with a decent amount of media literacy will know exactly where this is all going. But despite that, everything else, outside of the plot, is pretty dang well done. To be honest, I didn't really care all that much whenever he appeared and he was this gross mangled monster. I was like, okay, whatever. He's a monster guy now. That was always the least interesting part of the film to me. But as far as just the fucking characters and their performances went, It was pretty solid. Like, as I said, the villain, he had a great presence to him. One thing I wasn't expecting was, like, we have, like, this woman who's like, that's my friend, that's her, I know it. And, I was fully expecting the police, but, whatever, typical women, delirious. But they actually did do their part in, like, investigating it to, like, make sure, like, hang on, what's going on here? There's something suspicious about this new waxwork. And, yeah, sure enough, they did the fucking work, and they're like, oh, yeah, she was right. Yeah, this guy's a psycho. And they went in there and fucking stopped him. I thought that stuff was great.
Total non sequitur. How do we feel about the fourth wall break in this movie? I didn't care for it. I thought it was dumb.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was just like some little fucking gimmick that they had going, but it was something for the time at which it came out. That was also something where I was like, whatever. Let's get past this.
Yeah, I will say it sounds well. Duh. It sounds like you guys got a lot
more. For the
more
folks at home, what he's referring to is this dude with fucking paddle balls just whacking you right at the screen. The ball's coming at you.
All I was gonna say is another like cinematography moment that kind of got a little fucky was at the very beginning when dude threw like a fucking chair or something. I don't remember what he did. He threw something towards the camera, and I'm pretty sure it hit the camera. They just decided to keep it in, which was very silly. I don't know why they did that, but I guess shoot once, take twice or something. I don't remember how that phrase goes. I kind of agree with Jackson. The most interesting part for me of this movie was the very beginning. I liked the build-up for what it seemed like the plot was going to be. Unfortunately, this movie didn't quite work on me. The parts you guys found engaging didn't really pique my interest at all. I kind of got the motivation for him going and killing the man who burned down his museum of art and was just trying to get the money. Like, that makes sense. But then and it kind of makes sense he's targeting the people around his life. He like targeted his like girlfriend or fiance or whatever the hell she was, and killed her. And then like, oh, this lady that she lived with, she's also now a target, so I'm gonna have to go get her. The targets felt kind of random to an extent, and I kind of just on the Nico box right now, where it's like this, and Jackson said it too, where it's just like this movie is just a product of its time. I think it's well made. I don't disagree with that. However, I just didn't find the plot engaging. It just felt really obvious. It was easy to figure out. I'm not even gonna lie.
I don't think there's like particularly like a mystery where you're trying to like figure out who done it. You basically get the entire idea right from the beginning of the film. And as far as like his targets are concerned, it's like, yeah, you said, the evil business partner, that makes sense. And the rest of the people he was hunting down, he was trying to find people who like matched what he was going for in the wax displays. He was trying to find people to fully embody his vision.
I forgot about that little piece there, but I'm not even gonna lie, I had to rewatch this movie. I had to go back. Fortunately, unfortunately, it didn't really seem like I missed anything going back, so, it's kind of just whatever to me. I could probably be convinced to watch this again, but, I mean, there are like the wax movies we watched that came out after this one that obviously those were inspired by, and I just feel like they executed what this movie was trying to do better against what Tanner just said, unfortunately.
Big fan of there being a 10-minute intermission in the middle of it. Pretty funny.
I mean, luckily it didn't actually, play the 10-minute intermission, but it was very funny that it was there. I think it's funny that people watch an hour and a half... Well, I guess they didn't really have TV back then, but they watch an hour and a half movie and then need a 10-minute break in the middle of an hour and a half movie.
And they say our attention spans are short. Eesh.
Well...
Had to get up and stretch them legs,
A whole 88 minutes down in the theater doing nothing but watching a movie.
I mean, to be completely fair, the shows they had were like maybe 10-minute radio stories, and like I think the TV was revolutionary then, and even then those were also like maybe 10-15-minute shows, so...
Well, I think this is just like kind of a carryover from like, theater plays and stuff like that, where they do have intermissions in those. So I can see the parallel where like, well, we got them here, so we need an intermission in the movies too.
Yeah, they don't want you falling asleep watching their movie, and unfortunately it didn't work on me, but maybe if I had that I would have just skipped over it, but
With the intermission thing, this is like, not a positive or negative or anything. When they cut to the guy with the fucking ping pong paddle, I thought that was the intermission. That I was watching. Like,
I thought so too.
I was like watching a sideshow or something, and then it lasted for longer than 10 minutes. I was like, okay, so this is just the movie, and it all put the pieces back together.
Maybe that's their re-engagement bit. Maybe that's how they got people to refocus in on the movie.
Yeah, look at the ping pong. Look at the ping pong. Look how fun this is. Look how cool it is. Look at me doing the ping pong. It's like a fucking Smiling Friends sketch.
For whatever reason, that moment made me feel like, oh, I wonder if they were like trying to do a 3D thing here. I was like, I don't think 3D was anything. We're relatively close to being developed at this time. Why would I think that? But whatever.
You'd think it because it's funny.
True. I am a funny guy in a funny game.
Yeah, this movie's okay.
Do we have anything else to say about House of Wax?
No.
I think Waxwork clears easy.
True.
I agree.
Waxwork is surprisingly more inspired by this movie than the one that's actually a remake of it.
I definitely I drew that conclusion pretty clear. It still has the aspect, like, obviously he's taken the dead bodies and covering them in wax, and that's pretty much the only thing the new one has. But, wasn't there an older installment of this, like, earlier than 19...
Yeah, there's a 1933, I want to say, version as well.
Oh, joy.
You think we're gonna go back that far, though?
I mean, it's on my list.
God.
I'll pick it eventually.
It's on the franchise list.
Is it on the franchise list?
Can you really call this a franchise? We're really stretching the definition of the word, I think.
A lot of these have already been stretching the definition. Like, technically speaking, like, I have all of the Disney films on there. That's not really a franchise, though. But, alas.
Speaking of alas, C-.
Disney is a franchise unto itself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm seeing my B+. I like this one.
D+. I didn't think it was bad, but it wasn't for me.
B-.
And it lands at a C+ overall.
Whoa.
Oh, Dylan, we didn't ask the most important question of all. Did this film really heebie your jeebies?
It did in the beginning, but then, like, when I realized that the wax figures were just actually people, I don't know why the Uncanny Valley didn't work there, but, like, yeah, so apparently as soon as my brain's like, oh, these are just the people's dead bodies, it was pretty much fine.
That's funny how that works.
A lot of them are like still like actual wax sculptures, though. Yeah. I don't think this is like a waxwork situation where they just had people standing there.
The other unfortunate bit too is that through electronic media, it doesn't work as well on me, and also it's like a proximity thing. Okay. We didn't get a lot of close-up wax figure shots, fortunately. Watching their faces melt in the beginning, though, God. Jesus.
I had a feeling that would freak you the fuck out.
That was awful.
That Igor guy, I just realized, kind of looks like the main character from The Raid.
Yeah, Americanized or something, I guess. I don't know.
You just think that because he's brown.
Was he? Oh, I guess he was, kind of. He was Nico's skin tone, I suppose.